In the first 7 seconds of meeting you, people have already decided if you're trustworthy, intelligent, and successful. And 90% of that judgment has nothing to do with what you say. I'm breaking down the exact psychology of first impressions, what your brain is scanning for, and how to master those critical 7 seconds. Miss this, and you're losing opportunities without even knowing it. Welcome back to Psych Insights. Your brain is making snap judgments about every person you meet in less time than it takes to tie your shoes. These aren't random. They're hardwired survival mechanisms that evolved over millions of years. The problem? Most people have no idea what signals they're sending. I'm exposing the 5 psychological factors your brain evaluates instantly, the science behind why first impressions are so hard to change, and the exact strategies to control what people see when they meet you. Let's decode this. First, let's talk about why 7 seconds matters. Research from Princeton shows that it takes 1/10 of a second to form an impression of a stranger from their face. But the full first impression, the complete judgment of your personality, competence, and trustworthiness, that solidifies in about 7 seconds. Here's what your brain is doing in those 7 seconds. It's running a rapid-fire threat assessment. Friend or foe, safe or dangerous, high status or low status, competent or incompetent. This isn't conscious. You're not sitting there thinking, let me evaluate this person. Your brain is doing it automatically, scanning hundreds of micro signals. Why so fast? Evolution. Our ancestors who could quickly identify threats survived. Those who couldn't became lunch. So your brain developed shortcuts, snap judgments based on limited information. The problem is these judgments happen before rational thinking kicks in. And here's the kicker. First impressions are sticky. Once formed, they're incredibly hard to change. Psychologists call this the primacy effect. The first information you receive about someone becomes the lens through which you interpret everything else. If someone seems cold in the first meeting, you'll interpret their future actions as cold, even if they're trying to be warm. Studies show it can take 8 subsequent positive encounters to change one negative first impression. That's why those 7 seconds are so critical. You might not get a second chance. Now let's break down what people are judging. Factor number 1, body language. And this accounts for 55% of your first impression. Your posture speaks before you do. Slouching communicates low confidence, low status, and low energy. Standing tall with shoulders back communicates confidence, authority, and health. It's that simple. Eye contact. This is massive. Too little, and you seem untrustworthy or weak. Too much, and you seem aggressive or strange. The sweet spot? Hold eye contact for 3 to 5 seconds, then break naturally. When listening, maintain eye contact 70% of the time. When speaking, 50% is natural. Your handshake. Research shows a firm handshake correlates with positive first impressions and perceived extroversion. Not bone-crushing, firm. Web-to-web contact, 2 to 3 pumps, done. A weak handshake is worse than no handshake. It communicates insecurity and lack of commitment. Facial expressions. Your face is sending signals constantly. A genuine smile activates the muscles around your eyes, not just your mouth. That's called a Duchenne smile, and people can spot the difference between real and fake instantly. Resting face matters too. If your neutral expression looks angry or bored, people will assume you're angry or bored. Personal space. Stand too close, you're invasive. Too far, you're cold. The ideal distance for first meetings? About 3 to 4 feet for Western cultures. This varies by culture, so adjust accordingly. The key insight? Your body language isn't just expressing how you feel, it's creating how other people feel about you. Master it, and you control the first impression. Factor number 2, vocal tone. This accounts for 38% of your first impression. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Your voice reveals your emotional state, confidence level, and social status instantly. Pitch matters. Lower voices are perceived as more authoritative and trustworthy. This isn't about faking a deep voice, it's about speaking from your chest, not your throat. Nervous people speak from their throat, which raises pitch. Confident people speak from their diaphragm, volume. Too quiet and you seem unsure or submissive. Too loud and you seem aggressive or socially unaware. The right volume matches the environment but errs slightly louder than you think you need. Confident people project. Pace. Talking too fast makes you seem nervous or untrustworthy. Too slow makes you seem uncertain or low energy. The ideal pace is moderate with strategic pauses. Pauses show confidence. They say, I'm comfortable with silence. I don't need to fill every gap. Vocal fry, that creaky, low register sound at the end of sentences, it's perceived negatively, especially in professional contexts. Studies show it reduces perceived competence and higher ability. Upspeak, ending statements with a rising inflection like a question, it makes you sound uncertain even when you're stating facts. Stop doing it. Statements should end with a downward inflection. Here's a powerful technique. Mirror the other person's speaking pace and volume subtly. It creates unconscious rapport. They feel like you get them because your communication style matches theirs. Your voice is a tool. Most people never think about it. The ones who do have a massive advantage. Factor number 3, appearance. And this is where the halo effect comes in. The halo effect is a cognitive bias where one positive trait influences how we perceive other traits. If someone is physically attractive, we unconsciously assume they're also intelligent, kind, and successful. It's not fair, it's not logical, but it's real. Studies show attractive people are more likely to be hired, promoted, and paid more. They're perceived as more persuasive, even when making the same arguments as less attractive people. This isn't about being model-level attractive, it's about being well-groomed and put together. Clothing matters enormously. Dress for the impression you want to create. If you want to be taken seriously professionally, dress one level above your current position. If you want to seem approachable and creative, dress expressively but still polished. Colors communicate. Blue conveys trust and stability. That's why it dominates in corporate and political settings. Red conveys power and confidence but can seem aggressive. Black is authoritative but can be intimidating. White is clean and honest. Understand color psychology and dress accordingly. Grooming isn't vanity, it's signaling. Clean hair, trimmed nails, fresh breath, ironed clothes. These signal that you care about details and have self-respect. If you don't take care of yourself, people assume you won't take care of responsibilities. Accessories matter. Wearing expensive watches or jewelry signals status. This works, but it can backfire if it seems try hard. The key is understated quality over flashy quantity. Here's the reality. You have 10 times more control over your appearance than your natural attractiveness. Use it. The goal isn't to be the most attractive person in the room. It's to signal competence, confidence, and conscientiousness through your presentation. Factor number 4, context and environment. Where and how people meet you changes everything. If someone meets you in a gym, they assume you're fit and health conscious. Same person in a library, intelligent and studious. Context creates a frame, and the frame shapes perception. This is why bumping into someone at the right place is so powerful. Want to seem intellectual? Be seen at bookstores, museums, lectures. Want to seem successful? Be seen at upscale venues, industry events, exclusive spaces. Who you're with matters just as much. Social proof works instantly. If you're with high-status people, observers assume you're also high status. If you're with attractive people, you're perceived as more attractive by association. Your environment sends signals. If someone visits your home or office, what does it communicate? Clean and organized space? Competent and in control? Messy and chaotic? Disorganized mind? Photos and decorations? They tell your story before you speak. Online, your environment is your profile. Social media first impressions are the same as in person. 7 seconds to scan and judge. Profile photo, bio, recent posts. That's your digital body language. Strategic people control their context. They think about where they'll be seen, who they'll be seen with, and what environment they create. Most people leave this to chance. Big mistake. Factor number 5, confidence and energy. This is the invisible factor that amplifies everything else. Confidence isn't what you say, it's how comfortable you are in your own skin. Confident people move deliberately, speak without rushing, hold eye contact naturally, and take up appropriate space. They don't seek validation through nervous laughter or constant agreement. Energy is contagious. High-energy people make others feel energized. Low-energy people drain the room. Your energy level in the first 7 seconds sets the tone for the entire interaction. Here's how to project confidence even if you don't feel it. Stand tall, shoulders back, chin level. Take deep breaths before interactions. It lowers cortisol and raises testosterone. Smile genuinely. It triggers positive emotions in you and others. Use strong, decisive language. I think maybe we could possibly try sounds weak. Let's do this sounds confident. Cut qualifiers from your speech. Power posing works. 2 minutes in a power pose, hands on hips, chest out, or arms raised, actually changes your hormone levels and increases confidence. Do this before important first meetings. But here's the paradox. True confidence isn't about seeming perfect. It's about being comfortable with imperfection. Owning mistakes, admitting when you don't know something, laughing at yourself, these actually increase trust and likability when done from a place of genuine self-acceptance. Fake confidence is brittle. Real confidence is flexible. People can tell the difference. So what if you messed up? Can you reset a bad first impression? Yes, but it's hard. Remember, it takes 8 positive encounters to overcome 1 negative first impression. Here's how to speed that up. 1. Acknowledge it directly. I don't think we got off on the right foot. I'd like to start over. This disarms their negative frame and signals self-awareness. 2. Create a pattern. Interrupt. Do something completely unexpected that contradicts their initial impression. If they think you're cold, be exceptionally warm. If they think you're incompetent, demonstrate competence immediately. 3. Increase exposure. The more positive interactions you create, the faster you dilute the bad first impression. Frequency matters. 4. Use social proof. If others vouch for you, it forces them to reconsider their judgment. Third-party validation is more powerful than your own defense. But honestly, prevention is better than correction. Master those first 7 seconds and you won't need damage control. Here's your action plan. This week, practice 3 things. 1. Film yourself speaking. Watch it back. Notice your body language, vocal tone, facial expressions. What are you communicating without words? 2. Get feedback. Ask 3 people who'll be honest. What's the first impression I give? Listen without defending. Adjust accordingly. 3. Before your next important first meeting, spend 5 minutes preparing. Power pose, visualize confidence, control your environment. First impressions aren't about being fake. They're about being intentional. You're already sending signals. You might as well send the right ones. Which of these 5 factors do you struggle with most? Drop a comment. And if this changed how you think about first impressions, share it with someone who's about to go into a job interview, date, or important meeting. Hit subscribe for more psychology that gives you real advantages. Next video, I'm breaking down the psychology of persuasion, how to get anyone to say yes. You don't want to miss that. Thanks for watching, stay intentional, and I'll see you in the next one.